Blog Talk Radio.
Hi, this is Tony Luke Jr., a.k.a. Joey the Nail Nardone, and you're listening to Justin Ray Harvey.
Yeah, that's right. We were live on J Ray Radio Live. This man needs no introduction. He is known as Joey the Nail. So let's bring him on, Mr. Tony Luke Jr. This is truly an honor for me.
How you doing,
Tony,
buddy?
are you there, my friend?
I'm here. How you doing?
I'm doing good, Tony. Good to hear from you, brother.
Same here. It's nice to be on the show.
I'm very glad to have you. This is a dream come true for me.
Oh, thank you, my brother.
So, can you give us a little bit of your history?
My name is Tony Luke Jr. I'm from South Philadelphia. I own a cheesesteak sandwich shop called Tony Luke's. I'm also a singer-songwriter, producer, screenwriter, actor. So I do a little bit of everything. At least I try to do a little bit of everything. Yeah.
Wow. And I'd like to apologize about your introduction. I'm a little bit nervous, because I am a big fan. So.
Oh, well, thank you, Justin. I appreciate that.
And when I actually, first heard of you was through the movie The Nail. And I tell you, and a lot of people are going to hate me after I say this, but I actually like The Nail better than the Rocky films. So.
Oh, that's you're being way too kind. way too kind, but I appreciate that, Justin.
So can you tell us a little bit about the movie The Nail?
Well, The Nail was a real labor of love for me. It's loosely based on my dad. The little boy's character is loosely based on my father. Joey Nardone, which was my character in the film, is kind of based a little bit on me and on a lot of the different guys I grew up with from the neighborhood. And it's basically about an ex-con who gets out of prison, who used to be an up-and-coming fighter, who, through an unfortunate incident, wind up doing 8 years in prison. He gets out. He goes back to the old neighborhood, which is very much mixed now with Italian and Puerto Rican. And he goes to this apartment, it's not a halfway house, but his friend brings him to this apartment, and it's pretty run down. And the neighborhood really changed a lot. Next door to him, in the apartment directly next to him, lives a young boy named Jesus Perez with his mother and father. And his father is very abusive. He's an alcoholic. He beats the mother, beats the kid. And, Joey really doesn't want to get involved, but he was a child of domestic violence himself. So he relates to what the kid is going through, and they kind of strike this friendship, almost like a father and son friendship. And they kind of save each other's life because Joey's very depressed. He can't cope with what he did, and he kind of gave up on life, and he really had no reason to live. And Jesus really doesn't trust any adults, especially adult males, because of what his father did, does to him and his mother. And they just bond, and they literally save each other's life. They give each other hope.
Because I could tell that you really put your heart into that film, because a lot of it, even though I was acting, a lot of it looked really real. You know what I'm saying? So I could tell that you was really into the film. So
yeah, it was very close to my heart. Yeah, definitely.
And I got to tell you, the ending really, even though the ending disappointed me, it really shocked me, and I'm not afraid to say this on my radio show. After the ending, I cried. I cried. Seriously, I did.
Well, I definitely didn't want to. I didn't want to do a Hollywood fairy tale ending, because most, life doesn't really work like that. So,
yeah,
I wanted to keep it very real. What I thought would be the outcome of those characters in the film. I just didn't want to do a Lifetime movie. Not that there's anything wrong with Lifetime movies. I think they're great, but this wasn't that type of film. So I did get a lot of flack for that. A lot of people were like, wow, really? And I was like, yeah, it had to be that way.
Yeah, I mean, it disappointed me, but from a different perspective. I was looking forward to a sequel. You living with the kid and the woman and actually training him in the sequel to be a boxer even further.
Yeah, no sequel for the nail. Sorry. It's funny because I've been getting a lot of emails from South America, because the movie is currently running in South America, and it seems to be a very big hit there. So that's really nice to know. So they've been getting a lot of good emails. Unfortunately, I can't read most of them because I don't read Spanish, but I have friends of mine who do speak and read Spanish, so they kind of read the emails to me. But they were all really positive emails, and people were really touched by the characters in the film.
Well, I knew after seeing the film for the first time, I knew I had to meet you, because that film just really touched my heart. I mean, it really did, and I never thought I would actually find you. So,
I'm easy to find. You just Google me, and there I am.
Well, see, that's what I did, So basically, and when I found out that you were on Twitter, I started using it more, because it looks like you don't use your Facebook page as much as your Twitter. So.
Well, I try to do both. It's just so much easier with Twitter because, it pops right up, and, they're short blasts, and, sometimes I'm so busy, it's tough to go through, to write everything on Facebook. And I have 3 different Facebook accounts. So, by the time I'm done, with Twitter, it's just boom, 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 1, 2, 3, and it's up.
Wow. Yeah, have you ever thought about maybe releasing an unrated version of the nail, like stuff that we didn't get to see? Like deleted scenes that were taken out of the film?
No, because see, the problem was it was such a low budget film. The money was so tight that we only color corrected those scenes that that made it into the movie. So we'd have to go back and color correct everything. And I'm not saying that it's something that is absolutely out of the question, but I still have 3 more movies that are we're producing. So that's going to take the better part of 24 months at least. So the idea of re-releasing the nail would have to come further down the line, if at all.
And I gotta tell you, Tony, I've been listening to your music nonstop, and it's awesome. And how can I and my fans get a CD of your stuff? I mean, because I've been looking online.
If you go to iTunes and just type in Tony Luke Jr., I think Right Here is available. The Cheesesteak song is available, and by the middle of February, Coach will be available on iTunes also.
Okay, cool, because I went on your Reverb Nation page and listened to a bunch of your songs, and I'm not just saying this, Tony, but you're fucking awesome, man, like, seriously.
Thanks, Justin. I appreciate that very much. You know, music is kind of my first love. I mean, that's what I love doing more than anything is music. And then, you know, films and food right behind that. But you know, I have been blessed, and I've been lucky enough to be able to do all of the things that truly bring me joy. So, you know, I'm very lucky when it comes to that. I haven't worked in the last, you know, 20 years because as hard as I work, it's not work to me. You know, when you love what you do, it's like not even going into work. So I've been really blessed with that.
That's why I'm doing this radio show. I'm not getting paid for it, and you know, I love doing it, and I love music as well. And it seems like me and you have a lot in common, Tony, more than I thought, actually. So.
Well, I mean, you know, I really do love what I'm doing, and I love people. I love meeting new people. You know, I love making new friends. I like to be around people who are positive, people that have a real zest for life, people, you know, that just, you know, are excited to get up in the morning. You know, I enjoy being around people like that. And the first conversation we had, you know, that's you. It's like you love what you do. You can't wait to get out. You can't wait to do it. So, you know, I like being around people like that. It definitely, you know, it brings you up. It brings you to the next level because they're so hyped and so full of life. It just, you know, it's very contagious.
Yeah, exactly, because I told, like, when you tweeted me that you was going to call me, I told, like, a lot of my friends, I'm like, I'm keeping my phone line open. Tony's supposed to call me, so I was waiting with anticipation. I mean, I've been looking forward to this all week, my friend. So.
Yeah, me too. I couldn't wait to do the show.
So, can you tell us a little bit about Sights? Because I kind of understood it, but I kind of didn't know what to do.
It's, you know, it was a film I did many, many years ago. I didn't write it. I didn't produce it. I didn't direct it. I just acted in it. It was done by a really good friend of mine named Adam Albrandt. And he's a very talented guy, especially when it comes to horror films. And that was kind of his first real film. You know, so it's very deep. You got to really think about it. You know, it kind of jumps from one thing to another. But that was what he was going for. He was going for that really off-the-wall, kind of strange, you know, horror thriller, which is what he wanted. I mean, since then he's done like 4 more films, and each one is better than the next. And he's a very talented guy. He's going to do very, very well in this industry. But you know, it's basically about you know, just getting revenge on people that hurt you, and trying to put the pieces together to figure out who's what, where did he come from, what did he do. It's kind of a, you know, it's a heavy thriller. I mean, honestly, when I watched it the first time, I mean, I got it because I knew the script, but there were a lot of people that had to watch it a couple times to get the gist of where he was going with that. But that's what he wanted. He wanted a film that kept you guessing and kept throwing you from one thing to another. So that's, but I mean, it's basically just a revenge film. I mean, that's all it is. It's a thriller, but it's someone was wronged, and you know, they come back and kill everybody. I mean, that's a basic horror film, you know.
Sounds like my type of film. You know, because, like, you know, one thing that they've not done is, like, a wheelchair killer type movie, you know. That would be cool.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's working on some good stuff, though. He's a very talented guy.
Oh, I bet if he's working with you, he's very talented, and like I said, I'm always tempted to call you Joey the Nail. Well, I've watched that movie so much.
Well, people do call me that. Like, I meet people in the streets that are really big fans of the film, and that's what they'll say. They'll say, "Are you Joey Nardone?" I'm like, "No, I'm Tony Luke Jr. Just the character's Joey Nardone." So, but yeah, there's a lot of people. It's one of those films that there's really no middle of the road. Like, I've met people that really hated the movie, and I've met people that really loved it. Like, I've never met anyone that thought it was okay. People either really love the film and are affected by it, or they don't like it at all. So it literally goes from one extreme to the other.
Wow. So, tell us how you got started with your steak franchise. Because I'd find that interesting.
Well, Tony Luke's February 3rd, which is in a few days, Friday, will be our 20th anniversary. So we opened up Tony Luke's in February 3rd, 1992. So this is our 20th year in business. And, I had an Italian restaurant. My father and my brother had a commissary for lunch trucks. And my father had come to me and he said, I think me, you, and your brother should do something together. So I got rid of sold the restaurant that I had, and me, my father, and my brother opened up Tony Luke's in 92. It was a real struggle because, we opened up a cheesesteak shop and a sandwich shop. Actually, we opened up a sandwich shop because we didn't have cheesesteaks for the first 6 months. And we opened up this sandwich shop and had to compete with, thousands of sandwich shops in Philly. But I had an extensive background in entertainment and music, so I kind of, did a lot of marketing for the place and just tried to get people to come in. And people loved the food. And then, we struggled. We struggled for the first 2 years. We barely kept the doors open. And then in 1994, Philadelphia Magazine, which is a really big magazine here in Philadelphia, voted us best cheesesteak and best roast pork, and then business really started to pick up. And then the following year we won again, and then we won the GQ's award, the Golden Dish Award for best roast pork, the Gentleman's Quarterly. They did a food segment, and then Zagat rated us, one of the highest ratings, points-wise, and then Zagat rated us the best cheesesteak, in all of Philadelphia, and we won that title 2 years in a row, and then Gourmet Magazine voted us one of the top 50 restaurants in all of America, and then business grew again, and then we opened up a second store, and a third store, and a fifth store, and an eighth store, and a 10th store, and a 12th, and then I decided to go overseas, and we opened up our first store in Bahrain. We have a second store in Bahrain about to open, and we're about to open up a bunch of stores in Saudi Arabia, and I'm going to Japan next month to start looking to do some stores over there. So, and we have stores in Florida that's opening, Las Vegas that's opening, California, Delaware. So we're expanding pretty quickly.
Okay, definitely, that's cool. That's awesome. Also, don't forget about little old West Virginia, us country folk.
Can never forget about West Virginia. Can't forget about West Virginia.
Exactly.
We're getting there a little at a time.
Say that again, Tony, I'm sorry.
I said we're getting there just a little at a time. Give us some time, Just. We'll be there, buddy.
Oh, yeah, definitely, because, Tony, when it happens, I'm probably going to be the first one at the door.
Well, when we do, it'll be good to finally get to meet you in person.
Oh yeah, definitely, because, you're one of my heroes. So.
Oh, well, thank you, Justin. I really appreciate that very much.
So, since it is 2012, Tony, what can we expect from you this year? New music, basically, or any new prospects?
Yeah, I'm working out a deal now for a reality TV show. I'm also producing 3 new feature films. Working on a new single, new song for this summer, to be released this summer, a dance track, and opening up the stores internationally and nationally. And if I can fit it in somewhere, I may even think about starting a book, but just starting one. I won't complete it, but I may think about starting one.
Wow. Which brings me to my next question. I'm actually writing a book. Can I include you in the book as well?
Absolutely.
So
I would be honored.
Yeah. Because I've been working on a book for a couple of years. I'm just not satisfied with it yet. To try to get it published. So. And
yeah, I would be honored to do a forward or contribute in any way that I can. I would love to.
I appreciate that, and this is just awesome. I feel like I'm dreaming, Tony. It's awesome. You're on my show. It's awesome.
Well, I was excited. I couldn't wait all week either to do the show. I was psyched. I called into the show 3 minutes early because I couldn't wait.
I know, right? I called in like 14 minutes early. So, because I've had a lot of guests on my show, but like you're the biggest guest I've had, and also the coolest too, and. It's awesome. I mean, I've had a lot of great guests, but this is just like a dream come true. You know what I mean? It's like, wow.
Oh, well, thank you, Justin. I really appreciate it. And I always love talking about the film, because it was so close to my heart. And, it was a really big surprise last night being on the Screen Actor Guild Awards. I had no idea that I was going to be on that. That was such a thrill to be recognized for the movie Invincible, and that was pretty amazing. So, I couldn't believe that. I missed the first showing of the Screen Actors Guild Awards, and then I caught the second showing, like when they replayed it, and it was pretty amazing. I had no idea that I was going to be on there, so that was really cool last night.
Wow. That's awesome. You deserve it, Tony. I mean, any good thing that happens to you, Tony, you completely deserve it because, ladies and gentlemen, when I asked Tony to come on my show without hesitation, he's like, sure, when? That was just so awesome of you, and I just don't know how to express my gratitude, So.
No, believe me, I was just as excited to do the show, and I really appreciate you giving me the opportunity, to talk about those things. I really appreciate that.
Well, any time that you ever want me to promote a new song or something, you're always welcome to come back to the show when you're not busy, So.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you, Justin.
So this can be your second home in a way. So
there you go. That'll work.
So
yeah, that'll work.
The Tony Luke Jr. hour or something. But I did tell you that I'm a music artist myself, right?
Yes, you did tell me that.
I'm going to have to send you some of my tracks because I may have some ideas for maybe us to maybe record together down the line or something. That would be cool.
Sure, I'd love to hear your stuff. I would love to hear it. Absolutely.
And if I had the equipment to do it, which I don't, but I would actually cover Coach.
That would be cool. I'd love to hear you cover Coach.
That would be awesome. You know, once I get the equipment I need, of course, because I used to have a band partner, and he had his own studio at the time, and I did a couple of songs, wrote 2 songs, and then I covered 2 songs, and my music career was basically kind of short. So. And
yeah, I'd love to hear it. Yeah, definitely send me those tracks. I'd love to hear them.
Oh, okay, cool. Because like I said, maybe we can work on something together. You know, like a side project. I know you're busy and all, but we could figure out something.
Yeah, I would like that. Sure.
So, but. Is there any other movie that I need to see that I have not seen of yours yet?
Did you see Invincible?
Invincible? No, I haven't.
Yeah, you need to see that. I was in 10th and Wolf, but they cut all of my lines out, so it's a good movie, though, to watch anyway. It's a good movie in itself, but, you know, I literally, they cut everything except one line from the film. But that's basically it. I mean, I did Sight, did Invincible, did The Nail, trying to think, see what happens, Justin, when you get old. You start forgetting things. Oh, I did The Burn House, which is another horror film, which was, I play a real lunatic in that movie. I'm in the very beginning of the film. Which was a good experience to work with Adam again in The Burn House. It was really, really nice. Trying to think. I did a lot of TV stuff, so that would be hit or miss, if it comes on, that kind of thing.
Oh yeah, well I tell you what, when you think of all the stuff that you've been in, Tony, you can just email me, and that way I can get it and check it off as I go. So, cause I want to check out all your stuff, man. So.
Okay, definitely. I will definitely do that.
So, cause like I said, when I saw The Nail, I was like, Dad, you have to see this film, And he had actually saw it before I did, and my dad really liked it. So.
Oh, really cool.
And my family loves your music too. That's why I asked you if you had CDs out and stuff, because we want to. So, because we like your stuff, so we like your style.
Well, thank you. Yeah, like I said, the new track will be out, right before the summertime. It's a really good dance track. It's pretty cool.
Cool. Something to work out too, huh?
No, it's more of a mid-tempo kind of dance, like a line dance. It's called the Philly Shuffle. It's really cool. It's really funny. It's cool. It's nice. It's going to be a good line dance club too.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah,
we're going to shoot the video
it.
for it soon.
Wow, really?
Mhm.
That's awesome. Wow. So, out of all the songs you did, what is your favorite?
Wow. Of all the songs I did, what is my favorite? My favorite to sing or my favorite to listen to?
Your favorite that you've performed or wrote? You
know what? I have to be honest. I really can't pick a favorite. I really can't. I love them all equally. I mean, I do. I love them all equally. I definitely could not pick a favorite.
Okay. Wow. Well, it is 6:30, so I will go ahead and let you go, Tony, and let you do your work and stuff, brother. I appreciate you being on my show and everything, and making a dream come true.
I appreciate you having me, Justin. This was great. It was awesome doing the show, and I definitely will keep you posted on everything that we're doing. And as soon as something new comes out, I'll give you a call. We'll do the show again, and we'll let all your listeners know what's going on, and it'll be great.
Yeah, because I definitely want you to come back anytime, Tony. I mean, my door's always open.
Thank you, Jess. I appreciate that.
Because, if it wasn't, I know you could kick it down. But I was going to ask you one quick question before I let you go. Do you have a certain fighting style? Or are you into, martial arts or anything?
Well, I used to... I won my amateur titles for karate, for point karate. And that was a style called Tang Sudo. And I also studied Aikido and straight up boxing.
Wow.
So I kind of mixed them all together, kind of when I, when I spar or when I'm working out. I think that boxing has the best punches. I think that Aikido has the best defensive movements, and I think karate has an incredibly good, straightforward offense. I like all three very, very much.
Well, wow. Maybe next time you come on the show, sometime we can touch on that and some new projects or new sandwiches that you have going on in your shop. So
definitely, would love to do it.
So, thank you for joining me, Tony. Any last thoughts for my audience?
Well, I'll leave you with this. It's what I have set my whole life to. It is my credo. It's what I live by. It's no matter what cards life deals you. If you believe in yourself and you work hard and you never give up, you will overcome those cards and you will make it. But you can never give up hope.
Absolutely. I totally agree with that 100%. 100%.
Thank you, Jess.
Thank you, Tony. It was an honor, and we'll talk to you again in the future, bud.
You got it. Have a great night, my friend.
You too, my friend, and don't be a stranger.
I won't, I promise.
All right, cool.
All right, take care, my friend. Bye-bye.
You too, Tony.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was Tony Luke Jr. Sorry about the nervousness, but, I'm a big fan of Tony Luke. Let me see how many minutes of the after party I have left. I have 10 minutes left of my after party. So what I'm going to do, I am going to play the song Coach by Tony Luke Jr.
There's so many questions we have as we grow. It's hard to find answers to what we don't know. But sometimes there's someone to whom we can turn to teach us life's lessons and help us to learn just what's important and what matters most, much more than our teacher, and we call them coach. Right there to guide us when we need a hand. They reach deep inside us and help us to stand, to lead by example in words and in deeds, and show us the courage we need to succeed. And I stand before you, and I'm proud to boast I'm one of the many who's learned from the coach. To never surrender your hopes or your dreams, and always remember you got to believe. Though trouble and hard times may well take their toll, wisdom, courage, and kindness is how you measure a soul. The road that you travel, the choices you make, the load that you carry, the chances you take. We raise our glasses and offer this toast to one who will always be known as the coach, to one who will always be known as the coach.
And that was Tony Luke Jr., Coach. Thank you for listening to tonight's show. Thank you and good night.